Okay everyone, and some updates here is I have the Honda back in my house since I started back at work. I can only either work on it just a little bit after work or just whenever I find some time. So I got the car to my house, I'm working on it. I'm going to be finishing up the rear 5-lug conversion. So I have my trailing arm on the workbench here, disassembling everything so I can power wash everything. And I'm gonna start replacing the trailing arm bushings. It's gonna be some only like factory trailing arm bushings. That's as much as my pockets could afford at the moment. I have RSX Rear Calipers, RSX brake disc, and RSX brake pads. So I'm gonna disassemble everything. I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod, and then so I can clean everything. Got off of work a little early today and decided to continue my 5-lug conversion for the rear, and I finally had all the parts that I needed to complete the conversion. So what I did today was actually pressed in the trailing arm bushings and then continued to assemble everything else. What I used to press in the trailing arm bushing is a tool by ABN, and it's a trailing arm bushing tool here that I'll show you guys. So this is what I used to press everything in. It wasn't perfect the first time around, so that's why I didn't really want to do a video of that. But I used a bunch of grease and pressed it all in. I hope I pressed it in everything correctly. And you can see that I finished one side here of the 5-lug. So we got, what is it? Prelude hubs, rear hubs, RSX rotors, RSX calipers, and RSX pads. These right here, the cap is a RSX. The nut is a Mazda 626. Also the Prelude and the RSX caps, they're both the same diameter, so you could pretty much use whichever you wanted. I decided to go with the flatter one here. And then this here, I ended up grabbing from the Civic rear disc, because you're gonna need this for the e-brake. So, and I put the left side caliper on the right side trailing arm. So I'm gonna assemble the left side, and I'm gonna try to do my best to walk you guys through of what you may need to do to assemble a 5-lug. Also these little quarter 20 bolts here. I had some extra stainless steel ones and they sit flush in there. So I'm gonna set this down. I'm gonna grab the other one, set it up here, and then we'll get started on that. And then these are the tires for the wheels that I'm gonna be picking up tomorrow at the junkyard. And so I can finish removing those and have a complete 5 lug for the Civic. First thing I'm gonna do is just wire wheel around here to clean this all up.
Why you upset like Cinderella teens? You should see the things I fit inside these denim jeans. I can't associate with y'all, this shit like ketamine. Been on 1, been on 2, been on everything. Bitch, I'm with my gang, with my squad, what the fuck you want? So be rolling gas, I can't hang, bitch, I'm fucking gone. I got people down from the jump, better know your bonds. I got people just tuning in, and the love is strong. Damn, they gon' want a piece when you got it like that.
So I'm gonna begin with the dust shield. I'm gonna put that on.
Money to the site crash.
Get the bolts
they
over
on
here.
IG trying to get a light back. See, they don't talk that talk, they just type fast. Yeah, we real life cool, it's really like that. I might roll an 8th inside a blunt, that's a nightcap. Like where my lighter at, boy, I got a flight to catch. Through these ups and these downs, swear to God, ain't a damn thing changed. Don't forget where that sauce came from, best remember my name.
Spray some of this lube.
You take L's once in a while, gotta charge to the game. You gotta charge it to the game. Yeah, yeah. Through these ups and these downs, swear to God, ain't a damn thing changed. Don't forget where that sauce came from, best remember my name.
That's the first step completed.
I'm just trying to make my bread and feed the fan. These fuck boys need to grow up like Peter Pan. Sometimes I get so high, I never land. Ain't no need to overthink it, I already understand. They be plotting on my downfall and need another plan. But we welcome all that hating, I'm like, thank you, come again. Made a stack off the game and gave 100 to my man. I don't owe no money to him, I just did it cause I can. Yeah, round shit, we ain't on no clown shit. You a product of the people that you stick around with. Don't get caught up in the evil that'll have you down bad. Ain't no way around that, you gon' need a bounce back, yeah. Posted up with the people I came up with. Charge a couple else in the game, but I still love it. I keep it low key in order to stay above it. I make it all out of nothing, yeah. Through these ups and these downs, with a guy and a dead thing changed. Don't forget where that sauce came from.
Got these Mazda 626 axle nut. Got it from the junkyard because I didn't feel like buying a new one. I'm gonna go ahead and mark here in case I ever see it back out and I can tighten it. Got the RSX brake disc on. Gonna put these little 1/4-20 bolts or hex bolts, whatever, that I had laying around. These are just extras. Now there's use for them.
Where's Da Vinci?
Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. Come out the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. You can read what you sow in the day. I was down, now I'm up to the plate. Got a couple hits, cause you know I cannot play. We gon' win it no matter what the shape. Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the shape. I was down, be loaded commas. I put dollars on my head like gonna wanna. Yeah, I'm proud of what I did, I'm gonna come up. Yeah, you left me on red, so don't try to run up. Want no smoke, then come in peace. Flow so foreign overseas. Got them praying, they like please. They want cheddar, not no cheese. Undefined, they don't get it, it's amazing. I was down bad in the basement. I would pray to God for a placement. I was never patient, I was always racing. Got me on the drive, that's a flagrant. Little boy, tell me what you chasing. We gotta do better, gotta be clever, gotta love more, that's a statement. Yeah.
Alright everyone, so I was having a little problem with this closing here. So I had to just notch ever so slightly this little corner here, so that way the caliper can sit. But it was just banging just a hair, so I just grinded away some of the material, and now it actually shut closed the way it's supposed to.
Fame is nothing when there's Jesus in the stage. On the front and silver, it's the game. I feel my calendar, I'm losing track of all the days. Call me water boy, and I was giving them a name. I was sitting on the bench, they had to put me in the game. I be from the data, they said ounces in my veins. Gotta show the gospel, I'll never be ashamed. Pushing on the breakthrough when I know it's gonna be great. It's time to celebrate you when your family gon' hate.
They just wanna see me in the grave. Come out the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. You can read what you saw.
Everyone, as you see here, I have the driver's side now complete. I'll show you guys here. Everything is all tightened together, and this little e-brake cable, you have to grab it from the existing Civic or Integra disc. So I have to grab a left-hand bracket from a left-hand caliper to mount on the other side, because I'm missing this one here for the other assembly. But I have everything assembled here, all nice. It probably would be a lot nicer if it was all painted, but I don't really care about that right now. You see I got the new trailing arms in there. So this is going to be on the driver's side, this is going to be on the passenger side. I have the cable here, and I'm going to pick up some wheels tomorrow so I can get these tires on there and finish assembling this. And I have a leak in the brake booster, brake master cylinder, so I have to swap. Alright everyone, we're back. I just finished the 5-lug conversion for the rear. I'm going to show you guys here. So this is pretty much what I have. 5-lug already all assembled. While I was taking everything apart, I realized that I am going to need some new camber, because the bushing back there is all torn up, as well as the toe adjustment. The bushings aren't torn, but I want to get some toe adjustments for there. Only issue that I had right now is I'm gonna need a brake line, or I could just change out this fitting. It needs to be a little longer one, because if you screw it all the way in, it's not fully sealed, so it needs to be just a little longer. So I'm gonna have to go to the auto store and get me a fitting, or just a line from there to there. But everything fits. The e-brake cable is all connected here, so I already tested it. And I'm gonna show you guys the wheel setup, what it's gonna look like. So this is pretty much what it's gonna look like. These are just some Miata wheels that I found at the junkyard, and I got some new tires mounted on there. So what I'm gonna do is just go to the auto store, try to get that fitting, or just the small line. And then I did order a 1991 Civic EX model brake master cylinder, because I know those brake master cylinders are a little bigger, and it's a lot better than this one, but it has to be the EX model for the 1990 to 91 EFs. So I'm gonna wait for that to come in, and then I'm gonna re-bleed the entire system. And I have the other wheels mounted over here. Gotta junk all that other stuff, but it's looking really good right now. Everything bolted into place. You can see there's a little grease back here, because when I was pressing the trailing arm bushing in, but everything is looking really solid right now. Oh, and also this bushing here I have to replace it. And that's weird because as dirty as this looks, this has like 0 miles on it. It only has the miles from towing the vehicle and stuff like that. But this bushing was tore up, so I did order a new bushing to replace this one here on the lower control arm, and that's on both sides. And if you're gonna do this setup, you have to, make sure you get the little pin and use the original bracket that's found on the Civic or the Integra. That's about it.